Good day and welcome to MLC Talk. This is the platform we discuss all things Lutheran. Um, Today is the 24th of August, 2025, I'm sorry. And we have been off the air for some time due to some other engagements with the Association of Liberian Lutherans in the Americas. But today in studio, we're going to be having our friend and brother Elijah Zena. He'll be joining us shortly. Sister Couple Silly will also be joining us. And the president of LUL, Dr. Sakwi Malakpa, will also be joining us, and the bishop of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, along with some other key figures in ALLIA, especially those who are on the planning committee, will be joining us very shortly. Dr. Toto from the Steelers town will be steering our, affairs today. Again, want to say welcome to everybody. Dr. Toto, take care.
Yeah, thank you, and also let me greet our people in Liberia, that part of the world.
Yeah,
welcome to another edition of our podcast about Lutheran Convention, and also today's opportunity for Flag Day in Liberia.
Flag Day in Liberia.
A rare way of blue attire. I don't know about with Elijah that become American. They don't want
I don't know. I think mine got a little bit of white.
They don't want to celebrate Liberia.
Elijah,
so we come to be patriotic. I'm the only one. I just like brother to my blood, to my V, everything. But happy Flag Day to the motherland Republic of Liberia.
I about to run down my flag.
So, to our viewer out there, you have a good show today. Share the show for us. Share it on your platform everywhere. You have a good show today because the people that have on the show here today, we have the bishop of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, Bishop Pabo, will be on. The president of the Lutheran University, Dr. Balakba, will be on here today with us. And also, the people that plan the ALLIA convention. We had a very successful convention, and it was so good. We hear from them also too. So we say welcome to our viewer there. Share the show and let us start the ball rolling. But before going to our show, to welcome Dr. Sakwi Malakpa, the president of the university, the Lutheran University, we say welcome that to the show.
Thank you.
We will get to you. But let me just pick in my co-host, Elijah, for the Twin City. What is going on in the Twin City that you want to share with us briefly?
First of all, Dr. Toto, thank you for the introductory statement. But first thing I want to say thank you to all of the members of ALLIA, people who reached out to me after the assembly. Like, I got home to Minnesota after the assembly and I went directly to the ER because I was not feeling well. So, Brother Willie, the president, like everybody reached out to check on me. But I'm glad that I was discharged that night. I never slept at the hospital. But then as of today, I'm doing better. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for consistently checking on me, and I'm doing better now. And I'm also happy that we are back here on the show. We've been busy over the past few weeks or months, busy with other engagements and then ALLIA Assembly. But we are glad to be back on the show. The Twin City is very good, very sunny today. The state fair is going on. So the Great Minnesota Get Together is going on right now. So Minnesota is very, very busy right now, especially the St. Paul area where the state fair is happening. So, but we are pretty much doing better here now. And we look forward to having a very good show today with Dr. Manapa and the rest of the guests on the show today. And also with all of you.
Thank you, Elijah, for that.
And I got my flag over my head as well. So happy Flag Day to the motherland.
To the motherland. Elijah, thank you about that. You give what is here again to you on the network, for your speedy recovery.
Thank you.
For the convention to feel ill, and those are some of the things that will be part of the discussion. When we come to this convention, you said we don't want to have some good time, but I think we need to have some health and weather emergency in place just in case that not just waiting for you, like other people feel sick also too. The, but the fatigue, the tired, the other stuff there. So it's good that I know we are back. Thank you so much. At least for we bless God for your speedy recovery. Uh,
Thank you.
what since we left from Georgia, what is happening in Georgia there?
Oh, Georgia is great. You know, as always. And first of all, I want to start by welcoming Tata Malapa to this show, and also want to welcome Brother TK Harris. He will be joining us very shortly, and we know that Sis Dede will be joining us along with Bishop Patmore and the rest of the other some of the key figures in ALLIA will be joining us. Georgia, as you know, the pitch state is always great. I mean, we would discuss that. You all came here. You had a taste of Georgia. I know some of you had a side conversation with me and some of the other team members interest in Georgia. But we will we'll discuss that later. But you know, as always, Georgia is a great place to be. Like every other state, I would say. I am patriotic. If you look in the back of my, if you look at my background, I always have the red, white, and blue, and I have the Luther rose, and I have everything. So it shows I'm more patriotic. I'm not seasonal. Okay. If you look in the background, you will see my red, white, and blue. You will see my gold, my blue, my white, my black cross, my red heart, and everything is there. So I'm always patriotic.
When you
Always.
don't have beyond the Luther Rose, please.
When they, when
Nobody
they,
gonna tell you that's Liberia flag.
when
That's the
they,
Luther Rose, please.
when they try so hard to identify with Liberia to celebrate Liberia flag because generals are rare,
I know.
you know.
I'm
But
always patriotic.
thank you with it for that for your Luther rule patriotic
Yeah.
something, you know.
Always, you know, it runs through my vein. Red, white, and blue runs through my vein.
It's good
In,
that we
in my
celebrate this day.
church, my country, everything.
Thank you so much. But I think Harry want to say welcome to the show. We'll get to you. Let's recognize our own dad, Dr. Baragwa. We want to welcome you. Just give us your greeting.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the invitation. I'm looking forward to a warm discussion. It's a pleasure to be at the assembly, and it's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Baragwa, for that. Tika, welcome to the show. The Georgia people.
Thank you.
You did extremely well to host us in Georgia. So just give us your greeting, and we'll come back to you again.
Thank you, Dr. Toto, for welcoming me. And you guys are welcome anytime to Georgia. We see it as an honor to be able to host the convention, the assembly for this year. So we appreciate all of those of you who were able to make it to the assembly. But again, I'm here, my first time on this platform, so I'm looking forward to a fruitful discussion.
So, Bishop, welcome to the show. We just added, you can give all your welcomes in there. Then we'll try to dive into the show.
Well, I want to say thank you all for welcoming me on the show, even though I'm a little bit tired, but thank God for the program as well, and we hope that all things go well.
Oh, thank you so much, Bishop.
Thank you, Bishop.
Yep.
Willie, today's show, we got a lot of big potatoes here.
Yes.
When we went to Tanzania, the guy who was introducing everybody, then when he referred to the bishop, is the bishop and sister, and then the bishop is the big potatoes. So he called them the big potatoes. So we got the very big potato here today.
Yeah.
So. And just remember that Bishop already indicted us, so we gotta be careful today how we ask questions.
Absolutely. And without further waste of time, Dr. Toto is back with us.
Yeah. So that get the discussion. Let me come to the big boss, the bishop. Bishop.
Go ahead.
Bishop report. Bishop say so that we are so biased. But anyway, the Bishop report. Elijah will call the convention the Bishop baby or the Bishop son.
No, I didn't talk about biasness. What I said was, when you discuss the issue of the church, we have to be careful how we do it, because what didn't happen if we say things negative.
Definitely. Right. So Bishop, this is your I think this is your ALLIA convention, right? Since you were, yeah. So for the past convention, I think the present convention, what are some of the things that you can share with us, especially LCO, that we can learn from this convention, and especially we want to make an impact to the growth of the church back home? What are some of the things from looking at from Georgia convention, the Minnesota convention, and the Columbia convention, Columbus rather?
Something in terms of what I learned from you, or what I saw.
What you learn from them, or what are some of the positive impact? I think we can do more, that to attract more people, to get more people involved. What are lessons that we can learn? Because that's the purpose of this broadcast today. Looking at post analysis for the convention. What can we learn? What can we do different?
All right. Well, I don't. Sometimes it's good to just tell them this, But what I want to say to you, in the first place, you are trying. What you are trying to do is to keep the church together, even across the sea. That's a very good thing. I think you need more personal interaction. Those who are leaders try to contact the people directly and post on the place. Another thing is good to be open, share what you people are doing with everybody, so everybody can be aware. And you make sure that Sunday repost and Sunday thing information, send it ahead so people can be already aware before they come to the meeting. But also, what I want you to also do, like I said the last time, the best information you can gather from the church office. I promise you, people, we're not going to give you any false information. Contact us. As you know, what is happening right now is that there's a whole lot of awkward propaganda within the church. And unless you people are able to talk to us and get the real positive view, you're right, you can't talk to anybody else. But I can assure everybody who belongs to this LCL that I will give them exactly what happened. For something that's ongoing right now, I decided not to talk because I didn't want to create a Pandora box. But I'm prepared to say everything. Let's make sure we find the information correctly, then we can add it. If even there's someone who need to fix it on ourselves, we fix it when we add it. It does not bring negative impact to our church, to our organization, and to our institutions. That's one thing I would do. But you're doing very well, keeping us much closer to each other. You are getting closer, we're getting closer to you. We're all working on the same thing. But let's do it together so that we don't think we're fighting each other, or probably we don't know what we're doing, and that will give us a wrong implication.
Yeah. Bishop, before I bring back two co-hosts in behalf of them to share your report. I think there was a question that was asked during the plenary session, during your report, about having a physical copy of this report, where people can be able to see it, review it. I think you said they have everything. But is it published online or somewhere that we will review this report?
I want you to know that I'm not reporting the way you talk about it. If ALLIA wants me to give them a report, I'm not able to put it online. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm briefing you on what we do, what we are doing. Yeah. In the LCL, I'm obligated to report directly to the Executive Council. That's my obligation, and to the convention. But because we're working together as a team, I come to you. Honestly, if our team were not history, I'm supposed to give you a hard copy. If you want a soft copy of what I have, that is not for public consumption. That's only for you. That's only for you. I'm not reporting to the public. I report at convention. But because we are in the team and working together, we can share. I can inform you. What I do for you is not report. is briefing. That's my obligation is to report to the executive council and to convention, not to ALLIA as it is. I brief ALLIA about activities of work going because ALLIA is briefing me about what they are doing and we are working together. By our constitution, my obligation to report is, when I use the word report, then I do the executive council or convention.
Okay, that's fair enough, Bishop.
I can give you copies.
Yeah, Bishop, that's fair enough. The reason why I asked, we are talking about some of the projects that LC have undertaken. People want to see some blueprint, they want to see something, they want to see some strategic, talking about information, to help. If people want to support a particular project, because the goal of the convention, we're not just only on the convention, we have other people that we invite to the convention to invest in the church in Liberia also too. So if they want to, maybe they want to see some blueprint or something, to help to motivate them. That's the reason why I asked that question. But Elijah, let me get Elijah. Elijah, do you have anything for the bishop before we get to Dr. Malakwa and T.K. Harris?
No, but before you go to Elijah, you're right. One thing I also want you to do, sometimes I tell you some of the things I'm planning, right? So one thing you also going to do, I also want you to do, some people are good in some of these projects, right? And I tell you, this is what we're planning. This is what we want to do. I expect all of you people out there to also say, oh, but Bishop, we got idea on this. How can we help you, right? I may not have the project knowledge, but then you can say, okay, I can give it to you. Like I talked about right now, today I was meeting with, I preached at Redeemer's Lutheran Church, and I told them about the possibility of a solar panel project for a security hub. I mean, how you call it? Not security hub, but how you call it?
Technology
hub.
Right. And then the pastor tells me, look, write the project proposal, share with me. I don't know how to write. I don't know about technology hub. So if there's a project proposal and some of you who know about it, you give to me, I share it. I'm dreaming, but I'm not able to do it the way it's supposed to be. So I put it to you, you pick it up, and then we can do it. The way this and shaking his big head. You can say, Bishop, I got this project. I got a proposal. Share with me. You share with me because she right now she wants me to share with her if I have it in there.
Okay.
So I can share with her. I'm dreaming, and you got to help me live the dream. But honestly, I don't have a problem informing you of what we do. If I make no kind of briefing and you pick up something for it that I think is worth, tell me, Bishop, I have interest in this, and I want to help you work on this. That's what I look forward to.
All right.
Because if I start reporting to you, the convention executive council will hold me liable for doing that, and not supposed to do that.
That's right, Bishop. Yep.
Elijah, anything in your mind for the bishop?
Elijah always scared of me. What you was
well, Bishop, I want to say thank you for taking up your time to come all the way to the US to attend the ALLIA's convention, and this is something that you've been doing consistently over the years. And we are glad that you have the strength to keep doing this. And we'd love to have you around, especially to get some clarity around things that are happening within the LCL.
Ask me.
I'm going to ask you, Bishop. Don't worry.
Don't go to Phoebe. Ask him.
Elijah, what I to all of you people, anything you're in doubt of, ask me.
Bishop, I'm coming to ask you. Don't worry.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to ask you. The convention was well attended, and you were part of the convention. And I know that you reported on some things like for people who did not attend the convention, as you're going back to Liberia, what are the success stories that you carry back to Liberia? What was that experience like? When you're taking back home to the people and say, hey, I went to the US, this is what I saw, and this is what I'm bringing back. And then the second part of my question is that you're going to talk about your success story as a bishop of the Lutheran Church in Liberia from the time you've been serving. And then also outline some of the challenges being a bishop of the national church. How does that looks like for you in this post-war Liberia? So I'd like to understand that from your perspective.
Look,
yeah.
Okay, Elijah, I want to say this to you. the first thing I said to you guys are doing well. Just to invite us to come to the States, one of the success stories that you expose us by our invitation. We are exposed to organizations and group of people who we can talk to and share with them what our problem. That's a success. Like I said to you, I met with the bishop of I don't know is Senate where with it is
Southeastern Senate.
Southeastern Senate. And we talk very nicely, and I see some real good possibility in what he wants. We tell him to do. That's a success story. We even talking about how he can help us, like that man over there to say he can help him even become a theologian. But we also talk about some other ways that he can support people from this state to go to help us with our curriculum, of our theological college, and even help us to teach. I just need to write him, and make a request. You know, he have agreed that even that Wallace could go. He himself wants to go, but that Wallace wants to go and help us and teach Irish sometime. But we don't have the money. So I had to write him and make a project proposal and see whether he can fund it to support her while she's there. That's something good. Right here, right now, I'm at at United Lutheran Seminary. I spoke with the president. We spoke with the president. And Dr. Maba will tell you more. He had asked us to write project proposals that would cost something like 20,000 or so. But in that light, he had even promised to send us some theological book. They want to read.
All right, folks who want to say
what happened to the bishop?
I think Bishop has a network issue going on there. We'll get back.
you want to say something to MLC
Oh,
talk?
he's back.
I'm back. My team just fell.
Okay.
They are right now talking about changing their computers, and they want to sell maybe up to 40 used computers they have here. Those are positive things that we got. But he also willing to even help us with working on, and that other work you're all in America to help us do. How can we line our university with their own, also the colleges of our university with their own? Is something positive that he think we can do. That's good. In the country, you talk about challenges. You know there are many. One thing I want to say to, and I'm not going to say because I'm going somewhere, but one thing I want to say to all of us Lutherans, even if the leader is not your favorite, when that leader takes on a project that is not going to benefit the church, don't stand against it. We all need to cooperate. There are a lot of things that we want to do. I know we don't have the hands, we don't have the means, but when we all say, yeah, this is good, we can support it, we support it, we succeed. The problem I'm having is that people are standing too much against some of the things that I'm trying to advise us to do. And it's good. We have to be able to move on. We can't keep sitting down here. Let all of us put our hands together. The second thing, now understanding people don't even want to support financially. You see what about the Lutheran University. It is right now, if everybody in Liberia consider the idea that this university is for us, we even agree to pay $100. You don't even get support the university? We can't. You will say $1, $1. We'll go somewhere. But people are standing because it is not their interest, or it is not maybe their own person who they wanted to do it and not doing it. But I'll tell you, and this is the last one I'll say to you. If some of the things we need to achieve right now, we don't achieve it during my time, anybody who take my place will have this difficult situation to go. And we don't want to, people don't want to take all in difficult situation. When there's one, we deal with it and make the place flexible for the next person who's coming. There are a lot of challenges, but they are just opportunities we can work through. I don't see them as something that can stop me. No, not at all. The thing, financially, we are poor. We don't have that money, and people not willing to contribute. Everybody cry, oh, no money, no money. But we can, if we want to do it, we can do it. What is happening in the church right now is parishes are more concerned about their budget, their financial status, than even supporting the church. And we can't go on. Else you don't have anywhere else to look about you people. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop. Let me interrupt you, Bishop, a little bit. I know you need to go somewhere. Before we let you go, there's been series of communication circulating on our Lutheran platforms and stuff that came from your executive secretary, but circulated around. I want to understand what was the intent of that, or was that on your authority for your executive system to put those documents out there as we saw them?
I don't know what you mean. So
Elijah. Sorry, Bishop. Elijah, we were planning to discuss that on a different show.
I may not be there when you discuss it.
Yeah, Bishop is here right now. Why can't we talk about
No,
this?
yeah,
We have the
discuss-
Bishop.
yeah.
No, it is
Right.
you. It's a big document that we all
big
need to
discussion. It's a big
read through
discussion.
and
So,
have a progress
right now,
What I want to
on
say,
that.
let me
And
just say
invite
something.
other parties as well.
Let me
Yeah.
just say something. So
We want to invite other parties. I mean, the bishop can speak to it, but we're going to have a show and invite other parties that are involved in that document. Yeah, go ahead, Bishop. Sorry.
I don't say with parties that we are in a confrontational thing.
Okay.
What I want you to know is that anybody who is writing on the Facebook, on the Lutheran Connection, or is posting anything, is not posting by permission of the bishop's office.
Okay.
No. People are doing things, and I said that in the conference. We have to be careful what we read, because some people who are ready with the notion of destroying the church, not Patmo. You all are reading it. In my mind, I have not commented because it doesn't make sense. So the thing that people are ready, and you will see it, and you're part of the situation. What did it happen? What they are writing is not by our permission, but we don't have any right to stop anybody from it. That's what I said. If you see something, call us off the line and ask us what happened. And when we discuss it, you find truth in it, we sit down and say, we are all Lutherans. We can't sit down the place and start fighting each other. Oh, they want to happen, so they want to happen. It's good, but that's not the best thing to do. That'll be the best thing. Because people when put in a fight, everybody want to defend themselves, will say things that we're not supposed to say. Off the line, we can discuss it, right? We can have a different program. We can sit down and let you know what's happening with who else you want there, or who is posting. We can get in clarity. But I don't think I want to do that on this post. But I want to tell you, everything that is coming up is false, is misleading, especially when it comes to the financial situation of the church that you see on the post. They are never true. I will say this for those all who are here. We had a report from the 2023 convention from the auditors that said that they did not find document to account for 75,000 plus. And they was not doing this treasure time. After that convention, I made a treasure to go and find every receipt. I brought it with me here, even at that place. If you asked why, I brought all the receipts. The treasurer went and found all of the receipts. We called it the auditor, they came back and looked at it and they verified, yes, this was the money they didn't find, only because they were misplaced in different folders. We found it. We corrected it. We sent that report back to ELCA, but they paid on the money we sent to the Church of Germany. They okayed it. That it was verified, it was accepted, that was what it was. Nobody ate it. But other people don't accept it to be true. The second thing that is also running around is that the treasurer office was broken into, not a treasurer, a chief accountant, and the pension pricing. Yes, we called police. Police came and looked and investigated. The problem was that a lot of people believe that because they were the treasurer's office or the accounting office, so they were responsible. And I was asked as bishop to dismiss them or suspend them with all pay when I did not have any clue. And I said no. Then the police investigate. If the police says to me, these people are prime suspect, right? Then I have a ground. At the end of the police investigation, they told me and they gave us clearance, they gave the book clearance that they are not liable for anything. But rather, the security on the ground liable because they were the only people on the ground. And how would they allow someone to come past by them? So the decision now how to take is whether we keep the security there or we change them. That's another thing. But nothing besides that. People talk computers. The information in the computers are all back up. We have it. On the pension, every pension member, their history, their records are all there. You understand? Everything there. If somebody took the computer to discard information, we have it. Money was there. The money was left in the office. The money, they took the computer. So why did they take the computer? We don't know. But it's something that we need to find out. So I just want to make clarity, right?
Yeah, take a picture. As you say, we'll have a special talk show for that. Maybe next month to discuss in depth of that. Also, the document I will have in our possession.
Sorry, gentlemen, I didn't know that we were keeping that for another show. I had to let the cat off the bag.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry.
You should know that I will discuss it and he get an inside of it. We have to document in our possession. You know, we said that we discuss it after the show. Yeah, it would it. Before I get to Dr. Baraba, TKR, do you have anything for Bishop?
No. The only question I want to ask Bishop about is you've been to 3 cities since you know since you took office as head of the church. Like Elijah asked previously, you've been to 3 separate assemblies, and you know, I mean, what on the overall, what did you see just different from a Georgia assembly that you know can kind of compare to the other 2 assemblies? That's all.
Okay, good. Georgia was much more coordinated in the sense that the first few assembly I attended, there were too much of each other on arguments that did not really hold. When you hold a church organization meeting and you fight in it like somebody is not doing it right, even if somebody is not going right, like I said to you in not Atlanta, what you call it, the last day we just give them.
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus. We have to find a way to organize ourselves and unite ourselves for people to discuss issues. Because here in America, you are our baby. You are our face. If you meet and don't have coordination, you're not going to succeed. In Liberia, everything happening. Oh, ALLIA. Then you come to ALLIA, you see fight, it doesn't hold good. Columbus was much better. You know, in compared to all that. At least you are coming, you started hearing me. Like I said, I will say this again. I know in this America, your different parishes have the different groups. But those different groups should have a way to support ALLIA, because that's the mother group that we recognize in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That should be.
Thank you, Bishop.
That's my only question.
Bishop, before I run to my other 2 guests, if you want to say on the show, you can say to follow up, but before you can give a party statement if you want. But I would like to know if you are coming to this convention, is it possible to get maybe the men, the accelerated men, national president, the youth, or some other part of your delegation?
You going to sponsor them?
No, yeah, we can sponsor them if I want part of your delegation.
You going to sponsor them?
I would like to sponsor one there if I so good.
So who you want to, there are a few groups I like to bring to this. So the people who are ready for that, a member of the evangelism team, as a person who's supposed to come and you see what they do. I agree. But the trouble we're having, this time we're even bringing the youth and the woman. But what happened? The ambassador denied them.
It's an immigration.
The ambassador denied them. The president, you president, were on this team. He and I went into the interview hall together. He, me, my wife, we all entered it together. They deny him. So those are the kind of things. We want to do that because we are going to get that. When you leave, you go by and you talk, people don't want to believe, but when other people come, there are different ways people make impacts. Other people make different impact. This is a very good thing. We want to do that. That's what ALLIA asked us to do. But the problem is, one, this trip, we were told we had to sponsor ourselves. The religion had to sponsor me. If I were to bring my wife, I had to find a way to sponsor her. But on the other hand, the embassy is our holder. They deny almost, even you know that Reverend Talk or Kokolo was even invited. When they deny, he had just left America a week or 2. They deny him.
Okay, that's a fair statement. I think what we can do as a platform, we'll try to post a better people arrangement for next year.
You're not for money, man. You're waste money.
Yeah, but see, we can sponsor maybe for the youth dance, because for the youth dance, maybe we can sponsor 1 or 2 persons for the next coming convention in Baltimore, Maryland. I think it's one that we can work on.
Yeah.
Bishop, if you want to stay on, you're welcome to stay on with us.
I'll be listening. I'm around this, and I'll be listening.
Okay, so let's get to Dr. Bragua. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being so patient to wait for us. This is your first ALLIA convention, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for that greater presentation you made concerning the Lutheran University and some of the
may I just provide a point of correction, please?
Okay.
I know we're not in business session. If you don't want to be in trouble with ALLIA, please, it's an assembly per constitution.
The assembly. What's the difference between the assembly convention?
Reverend Eric Allison is the one who clarified that. So
Yeah, well,
of
you
believers
you
assembling
bring it in
together.
as such a different building convention and assembly.
So okay, so the name was changed. Elijah, what you say?
Look,
No,
Dr. Manakwa be on the show for a
no,
little while. Let us
Okay,
not
no,
get
Dr.
into that
Malangwa, let's
other
go.
Penduring
Let's go
guy.
ahead.
so Dada Baragba, don't get carried about with it. That he gave the deputation of building convention assembly, they will either take it or that.
No. Go ahead with Dr. Malangwa.
But Dada
We'll give you
Baragba,
that.
thank you again for being patient with us. This is your first convention or assembly as we may call it.
ALLIA may call it.
You gave that greater presentation about some of the challenges about the university and some of the progress that you have made. And which we want to applaud you for that, for taking on the challenge with the leadership to go back Liberia. But now you keep on the convention. You want to give for over here your impression for the convention. What are you taking to university in terms of networking after the convention? Have you done any networking with other institutions? Take a message back home to the people in Liberia.
Thank you, Dr. Toto. Well, what I take back to my faculty, administration, and staff and students is the fact that first and foremost, ALLIA has LUL at mind, very strongly, which we really appreciate. ALLIA has supported us. ALLIA has sent money to me on 3 different occasions. Before I left for Liberia, money to transport me and my things to Liberia and to renovate my house. ALLIA sent money for the books as we were preparing for accreditation. And the last money we got was a $5,000 donation to help us meet our payroll, our biggest area of concern. Now that is the most important because there are other areas of importance. We just don't have money to cover them. So we tend to give priority to payroll because workers are family members who need to pay for their children in school, etc., etc. So the first impression was, and still remains, the fact that ALLIA takes the earlier concern very seriously. And frankly, I appreciate that personally and on behalf of the university, on behalf of the board, the bishop, we appreciate that very much. At the same time, I need to emphasize the fact that while it's appreciated highly that ALLIA takes the LUL issue seriously, ALLIA has not succeeded, and you can bear me out, in raising funds to enable us to function the way we should. I am not saying that funds to ALLIA, to LUL, is the single responsibility of ALLIA. It's a tripartite arrangement, as you know, LUL, LCL, and ALLIA. So the misinterpretation, the misperception is that ALLIA consists of people in the United States, and therefore they should fund everything. That's a misperception. That's a misinformation because it's a tripartite system. But at the same time, I personally will hope that ALLIA will direct us to sources, even if you don't personally, individually, as an organization, give us funds. You can direct us to areas where we can obtain funds. And you're doing that. For example, as Bishop said, exposing us to institutions, organizations to which we can apply for funds. The Bishop and myself are visiting United Lutheran Seminary in Philadelphia. And like the Bishop said earlier, we have a promise of to set right a proposal up to $20,000. The idea there is to recruit students in a college of theology and meet other needs that we may have, that we do have. That's a big step forward. We're asking for equipment. Again, United Lutheran Seminary has said that they can send me as many as 40 used laptops. We accept used laptops as well. The president is going to give me one to take back home. And if we like it, we think it's okay, they'll find a way to ship the others to us. One of the reasons why we're going to Global Health Ministries later this week. So my appeal to you is, you don't necessarily have to dig into your pockets. If you can direct us to funding resources, our needs are many, our funds minuscule. We need to meet payroll. I cannot tell you how many angry letters I get, and I keep telling them that it will be unconscionable on my part to have money sitting around and just refuse to give to pay people. Money is just not there. But no explanation, no clarification is going to suffice for people whose children need to eat, for people who need to feed their children's tuition and fees, for people who need to take their own other family matters. I say that very clearly. I understand that. But the truth of the matter is, Shenkafila is a saying, money is not there. So we need to do everything we can to raise funds, not up and above what is required or what has been pledged by ALLIA. We need money for Technology Hub. We need money to establish a website and a web portal. We need money to acquire equipment. We need money to repair our facilities and build new ones. We need money for fuel. We need money for gasoline. We need money to pay our bills, water and electricity bill. We need money for solar panels. That would save us a huge chunk of money for water and electricity bills. My house, I think I said it in the assembly, that I pay 50 US dollars every 8 to 12 days. That is a lot for somebody who is not on salary. Just too much. We need money to pay me. I've been there a year and a half. You're not going to find anybody who's going to accept that. There are people who, when they spend $3, they're calling me, they need reimbursement for $3, $10, $15, $35. I've spent as much as $500 on one occasion to repair my car. That was not the only repair that I undertook, my small car. Thank God for the pickup I have now. It's new, and so far we've not done any repairs. I don't think we're going to be doing any repairs for quite a while. But that's where we stand. My friends, we thank you for your enthusiasm, for your commitment, for your concern for LBL. It is palpable, and we appreciate it. But let's not just limit ourselves to the tripartite arrangement of, okay, LCL will pay this amount, LBL pays this, and ALLIA pays that. You are in the West. You have sources that are not available to LCL or to LUL. Expose us to those sources. I have limited grant writing experience. I wrote grants on many occasions to the U.S. Department of Education. Some of my grant proposals were funded, others were not funded, but that's the name of grant writing. I'm going to write the grant proposal for the $20,000 United Lutheran Seminary. Today, as the bishop said, he preached at Redeemer Lutheran Church in Vineland, New Jersey. They're asking us to send a proposal for a technology hub and solar panels. I'm going to do that. So that's the kind of stuff we're looking at. Thank you, and I will take questions.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Baragwa, for the good word that you just spoke. For me, I can see the passion in your voice and see how dedicated you are, especially come to they make concession, and how do we bridge a gap? You know, we can't do the misconception. I think it's something very important. We have to take that into consideration, especially in terms of the help that the Lutheran University need, especially in terms of having grant writing and other area, that will be a help to the university. Uh, to our listener, our viewer out there, this is the show. Again, happy Flag Day to the mother in Liberia. If you have any question, any concern, put it in the chat, or if you want to call in, or whether you can share the number on the screen.
Yep.
Those that want to call in, you can call in. If you have a question for Dr. Balakba or Bishop, you're welcome. Or you can put your comment in the chat room, and we'll read your comment. I will come back again to Dr. Balakba for some question, but let me get with it and see what do you have on your head? Any question for Dr. Balakba?
No, I mean, I think the president of the Lutheran University has put it, square playing that the university is in need. We all understand that there were mistakes in the past, but as the president emeritus of ALLIA says that LUL is a project wherein we we are building and living in it. So I don't think we can reinvent the whole process again. And he is right. I would just suggest that all of the the people, those partners that LUL, including the Lutheran Church in Liberia has established, those new partners they have established. Uh, we should not sleep on them, and we should go ahead as quickly as possible. Like he said, he's going to be writing those projects, proposals. So we should go ahead and try to work on it as quickly as possible. There's an adage in Liberia that says, when the iron is hot, that's when you beat it and put it in good shape. So I would encourage, Dr. Malapa, that with his background, that before even he can leave the United States, make sure that this document is on their decks, the decks of the Lutheran, United Lutheran Seminary president, the Lutheran Church in New Jersey, and also the decks of Bishop Kevin Strickland. As we all know that Bishop Bill Gold is our long-term partner. So if there's anything that we need to, any conversation we need to have with Bishop Gold, which of course Bishop Gold have personally asked for the assembly to be held in Baltimore, which that was an open invitation that we could not decline. So I want to thank Dr. Malapa. I want to say, let's keep our heads up. Again, as Dr. Moses Daniel always says, that it's a project that we are living in and we're building. So I want to thank him so much and all of his staff members as well.
Thank you, Willie, for that. Before Dr. Baragba, if I want you to make a comment on your statement, let me just put it together before I go to Elijah. Dr. Baragba, listen to you keenly, looking at somebody help. You talk about grant writing and other area that the university help. I don't have the board of directors or the board of trustee rather. They have their own function. But my question to you, and you can comment on what would they say also too, is it possible for the university to have a liaison officer certified by the administration of the board in the diaspora, apart from the board? Somebody will be the eye of the university about networking to connect the university, other universities that Bishop are talking about, and that person be happy in terms of grant writing and other proposals for the university to have a liaison officer, in the US or anywhere. Is that something possible? Is this what you are looking into?
No, I'm not, and deliberately so. Look, we don't have money to pay some of the cooks. We don't have money to pay. How are you going to hire somebody to be a liaison officer? I am the liaison. Please, give me a chance.
Okay.
Please. Thank you, Dr. Toto. Yeah. I'm the liaison officer. I'm the VP for administration. I'm the VP for academic affairs. I'm the controller.
Wow.
I am the professor. I teach 2 courses. I'm the president. You think I enjoy doing all those things at once, or am I trying to show off? No, I'm not. But it's a matter of necessity. For the first time, I put up an ad for a controller because I don't come from an accounting background. The only thing I know how to do well is to eat tabagi. That's it.
That's right. And you have good work here.
Okay. So I put up an ad for a controller. I need a controller because the handling of the finances is a very difficult thing and it's very distracting for me. So then you have a liaison person. That person is going to ask for money. Then you say, okay, we need a procurement officer. We do. We need an HR officer. We do. But you cannot hire people when you don't have money to fund the position. That's the problem. The people who are our staff members and our teachers are crying. They are 2-3 months behind. We are 2-3 months behind in paying them. You take on more officers, more employees. I don't think that's the wise thing to do. Not that it's not necessary. It's just you have to be cautious because you have to cut your code according to your measurement.
Thank you. Elijah, do you have anything for Dr. Baragba before we get to TK Harris?
Absolutely. Dr. Manakwa, thank you again for being on the show tonight, and also for making your way to the ALLIA's convention. It is a huge sacrifice to make and to be here, and we appreciate you being here to respond to some of the questions that we have. I know at the convention or the assembly, you may mention a series of activities of the Lutheran University and some of the things that you are saying right now, like especially the challenges. As a president of the Lutheran University, I'd like to ask you, what do you think the LCO would have done better before opening the Lutheran University? That's my first question. Number two, what are the plans to attract more students towards the university? Because I know the university is intended to also bring income for the church. So the more students you have, you will be able to curtail some of the problems that you have right now. So in order to do that, there should be plans towards attracting students to the institution as well. And then my last question, maybe I'll have follow up is what are the timelines against some of the things that you're talking about, right? The proper project proposal and getting the technology hub going. Do you have a strategic document that outlines the timeline around these things to help you go in as soon as possible?
There you go. All of it lies on the head of the president. Timeline, proposal, what needs to be done. Let me address your first question. What did LCL not do or should have done? We don't want to go there. That's crying over spilled milk. We can't go back and retrospectively correct anything the LCL had not done or to say they should have done this better, because what we need to look at is what are the problems ahead of in front of us at this moment. The LCL is doing whatever it can. What the LCLs have not done is not pay X amount of money to the LU and say, okay, as part of our tripartite arrangement, here is X amount of money, according to the board partitioning of monies to be paid by the parties. We said the other day in what was called the stakeholder summit. The issue of publicity in enrollment, that is our first priority. Knowing that our only source of income at this time, a subsidy we have received from ALLIA and students' tuition and fees. Therefore, it behooves us to increase enrollment. But increasing enrollment by itself is not free. It requires advertisement on radios. It requires advertisement in papers. It requires administering entrance exams. in Monrovia, Turuta, Banga, Ganta, Zaza, Vonjama. Those are the places we have earmarked. Obviously, people have to travel to those places, and people have to put announcements on the radio about LUL. And that's one of the reasons why I was really praying and hoping that President Barker will come to LUL before school starts, because that will call attention to the school considerably. We are having difficulty arranging that visit. But like I said in my comment at the assembly, I'm not giving up. Whether he comes now, whether he comes in January, whenever, we will still appreciate it. So enrollment is a major priority for us. And your third question was, would I have timeline? Yes, I have timeline. The timeline I have is ASAP. As soon as possible, it is necessary to write the proposals that are already called for. United Lutheran Seminary and Redeemer Lutheran Church in New Jersey. The room I stay in, Bishop and I stay we stay in two different rooms, are very, very cold. We try to cut down on the freezer, the air conditioning. We have not succeeded. Therefore, I cannot work at night. If I were able to work at night, I'm a very light sleeper. I would have done the proposal for United Lutheran Seminary before I left this campus. But I'm flying to Bishop and I are flying to Minnesota on Tuesday, and then I'm going to Toledo on Friday. As soon as I get to Toledo, I will greet my wife, kiss her, hello, hello, now, honey, sit down, it's time to work. And I will write those proposals from Toledo prayerfully before I depart for Liberia. ASAP is my timeline.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you,
Good
Bishop.
idea.
Bishop. Thank you, Dr. Barakwa, for that. In
Yep.
terms of Terlam and the support. Before I get to Mr. Harris, let me just ask this question. If you answer, if you want to stay on the show, you're welcome, but you can just give it a participant. The question I asked for, in terms of to get help and support for the Legion, to be a Legion officer in the diaspora to help. Let me probably say on the show, if I or you can take this to the board of director or the board of trustee or your administration, if they get proof of it, I volunteer to be the Legion officer for the Lutheran University in the diaspora in terms of networking and happy to write in some of the proposal. Now, why you Liberia may not have time because of technology and network issue, I can be empowered to write the proposal. It's what I do for living. My second master is in project management with emphasis in grant writing and proposal writing. And that's what I do for living. So I think I can give back to the university through that way also too. If all this can be approved by the board of trust or the board of trust or trustee and the administration, that's what we can look into in terms of writing it. And also too, I do lecture at the community college here in Pittsburgh, business courses, so we can do some networking with all our colleges in the Pennsylvania area where I live in Pittsburgh, the University of Pittsburgh, other places to see where we can have a connection that consists of university relation to the Lutheran University and also some of the fifth institutions that in Pittsburgh also too. So those are so that I can work on to give my support to the university. If all this is going to require approval from the board of trustee and you in the administration, so that you can look into that also too. I'm willing to help in that direction.
Thank you, Dr. Tutu. Not every little appointment I make is subject to board approval. The only appointments or recruitments according to our guidelines that there should be at least that the board should be notified about our senior high-ranking officials. So, for example, the VP for academic affairs, the VP for administration. Those are not people I can just pick up and say, okay, this person is VP. But other appointments lie within my purview. And in fact, especially if you working as a volunteer, you have grant writing experience. How could we deny that? We can only say thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dada.
Dr. Tutu,
Just before you come in, or Dada, thank you for that. If you get, I will. We will talk. We will talk after the show. Have a personal conversation to be more official, like in writing. And we can be able to use that to be able to carry on our work or activity. But I do highly accept it, and that's something that's my way of contributing to the university. I did. Let me just tell you the quick before we came. I did even propose to ALLIA to write a strategic document for the university, and I even charged them some money. But the other come back that maybe they are talking about maybe the cost of also, but I told them to negotiate. But maybe the other come back to
man, the
me.
president just put Pele, my man. The president put Pele.
Kapa Finna.
So,
Yeah, but I wanted to do that, to do that because I did a very good draft and sent it to them for them to review it, where we need to go. But thank you so much. I had it accept. I think this is a time that we have to roll our sleep and then to contribute to the growth of the university. Yeah, where they come in before.
no, Dr. Tutu, before Dr. Martha leaves, we have a few questions in here. And I don't know, we should wait for the time, but we have a few questions, and I'm assuming that he might leave anytime soon.
Yeah, so that guy to the
Just a
queue.
few questions from Brother Cisse Goya.
They will bring ticket. They will bring
Yeah,
ticket.
they can bring you to the Brother TK Harry on the assembly. Dr. Manapa, we have a few questions here from Brother Cisse Goya. Some of them I know you've answered some of them in the past, or we talked about some in the past. He has this question here that what concerns, if any, do you have for being in a tripartite relationship wherein 1/3 of the parties, LCL, has shown a record of a serial hospitality towards accountability?
Hostility.
Has shown what?
Has shown serial hostility towards accountability. Maybe if Brother Cesar could call us and maybe he could call us and help us, yeah, maybe he could maybe
I think he's trying to. I think for the question he wrote, he said what concern, if any, do you have?
Okay.
Party,
yeah, even any concern, yeah.
Where 1/3 of the party of LCO has shown record or visceral hospitality towards accountability. You talk about accountability issue,
right?
LCO. When you come to the tripartite agreement.
I won't say that LCL has shown hostility in terms of accountability. I'm saying that there was a time where the Board of Trustees of the university set aside, asked each of the parties to contribute a certain amount. The bishop told me that lay in the purview of the executive council, and I reported that to executive council, but they have not said anything so far. What they did was to set up a committee, a fundraising committee for the university. I don't think that committee has met. It's headed by Pastor Robert Gono. I don't know if that committee has ever met. The Lutheran Church also raised funds, devoted the Founders Day celebration in April to raising funds for the university. I'm still not sure how much was raised for that program. And so the Lutheran Church has done something. I wouldn't say that it has not is hostile in terms of accountability. It's not hostile in any form or shape. It just has not met its portion yet. That does not mean that has not made contribution. For example, when the student rose up at Phoebe, Bishop and I were there on every occasion, and the LCL bought 40 mattresses for the students in a dorm at Phoebe. So there has been some contribution. and so we can't say that they are hostile. But we are concerned about all parties meeting their quota for the university. And for LDL, our only source of meeting our quota is student tuition and fees.
Dr. Tudo, we have someone on the brother Goya is on the line, so maybe he just want to add on to the comment that he made in the comment
Okay,
section.
that gave me 30 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead, brother Goya.
Hey, Uncle Safi,
Yes.
how is it?
But I want to quit here with children of Galileo.
Okay. But anyways, here's my question, and I wanted to lay on there. My question was not about what you said. I actually was not attributing that comment to you or to the conversation right now. But we're looking at a record. We've had series of situations where the church has either created roadblocks for accountability. The bishop was talking about laptop being stolen and inactions and everything. So my concern was that you, as the president of the LUL, being in a tripartite relationship where a third, the LCLs, over the years, have shown kind of like an allergic reaction to accountability. How then do you think folks are going to be apt to support you, provide you access to their contacts, give you access to many things that they need that will require accountability, but knowing fully well that a third of that tripartite relationship does not like accountability? That was my question.
Again, you're accusing the Lutheran Church in Liberia of not being accountable.
There are records on the book, yes. I'm accusing the Lutheran Church of Liberia of being allergic to accountability.
Allergic to accountability. Those are very strong words.
Yep, that's true, though, Uncle. And I actually do mean that because I've been in the Lutheran Church for a very long time. We've asked for accountability for so many years, not just this bishop, but many bishops. And we're either not seeing that or they've been politicized over the years. So, yes, I actually did choose those words very carefully.
Thank you, my nephew. Here's what, as far as I'm concerned regarding accountability, LDL has established its own account, its own bank account, general account, and another account they call I think operational account. So in both Liberian currency and U.S. currency. So when it comes to accountability by any of the parties involved, they are to submit directly into the LUL account. The monies that we've received from ALLIA were directly presented into the LUL account. They were not sent, for example, through LCL. They were sent directly into our account. So when it comes to accountability, if people can present money into our account, we will have to give account for whatever amount of money we receive. And that's all I can say about that. We have accounts in the name of LUL that people, individuals, organizations can send money directly into that account. I've encountered at least 3 people now since I've been here who are telling me that they have difficulty paying tuition. Well, here is the LUL account. Pay the money in there and let me know I've sent this amount for this student, and we will make sure that that student gets the proper receipt to show that he or she has paid the tuition.
Yeah, thank you, Dr.
Sorry, Dr. Tudo, we have one more person on the line, please.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Dennis.
So my question is just this: I think when people make blanket statement, they have to specify with date and time and situations to prove what they are trying to make.
Sorry, go ahead,
My
Dr. Dennis.
question is a follow up to Brother Zizi. I think that this is a new day for the LCL, and this university is done in partnership with ALLIA. So I think when we are making those huge statements, we should come with date, situations, and facts to back them up. But other than that, I don't think it speaks well on behalf of the church or the LUL or ALLIA.
Dr. Manapa, you heard that? I think that is a comment from
It's not
Dr.
a question,
Dennis.
it's a comment. It's a suggestion he's making. And I heard the suggestion well.
Dr. Baraba, thank you so much for being on the show to address some of the concern and question. Give us a good presentation. Uh, if you want to give a party statement, you want to stay on the show to listen to our other guests, or welcome, or you want to give a party.
TK Harris was going to ask a question.
Okay, so let me just run on to TK Harris or Mr. Harris. Welcome.
Yes, Dr. Toto.
And
Yeah.
take a bit so patient with us. That's the beauty of the show.
Oh yeah,
Well,
it's a patient dog in a fat
yeah,
years long. So
so
I learned to be patient.
yeah,
It might be a rotten one, though.
yeah.
Well, you'll be
You want to juice one.
because it started too long. I get it.
Yeah, you want to juice Buddha. But Mr. Harris, you host in Georgia. First of all, let me congratulate your team. I know the local team or the national team, but you got did extremely well. In terms of organizing, the other previous convention, Bishop Bento, Bishop Grader, you got A. In fact, you got a good grade. In terms of the good work that you got put in place, you had a successful convention. What was the match here?
Oh,
What was the match?
thank you, Dr. Toto. Let me first say thanks to our president of the LUL for his well put statements that he made. But one thing I wanted to say before he leave was I keep hearing him saying publicity. Even at the convention, I think he made mention of publicity of the university several times. So, and I'm not sure when he speak of publicity, what's the cost analysis that the university have envisioned when it comes to that? I mean, is there because when you think about publicity, especially in Liberia, I think that's something. Though it may seem like it comes with some financial uh, problem, but I think it should be the less expensive on their list when you think about the university. So at some point, I would like to hear how much is it going to cost if we invest into publicity, especially for those of us here in the diaspora. That's something if we had to sponsor, I would be interested in, but I'd like to know what is the cost of publicity that the university needs so bad because like you said, if we can publicize the university very well, that could help with the income generation aspect that we currently face. But anyway, let me go back to your question. The magic to the successful hosting of the 2025 assembly.
Yeah. Chica,
Yes.
before you address my question, can Dada Baraba just address your concern?
Oh, sure. I mean, if he, if he
Baraba
wants to, that's
is on
fine.
the show here. Yeah, it's on the show here. So we made Dada Baraba, did you get ticket question?
I did.
Yeah,
First of all, I want to thank Mr. TK Harris for giving me rides while I was in Atlanta. He made sure I was picked up and returned to my nephew's house. I really appreciated that. It was about an hour drive or so from the hall to my nephew's house and back. And TK made sure that I got rights back and forth. What's the cost of publicity? Frankly, it's not a whole lot. We need, for example, money to put announcements on the radio about the university. I don't know, they have a word for it. The radio station in Toronto has made some clips that they play once in a while. There was a time when I was sponsoring the payment of those the payment for playing those clips. Personally sponsored, $20 here and there. Um, Maybe every week I pay like $20 or $30, and so the radio station could play that clip regarding um, LUL. We need to
Yeah.
do that on several radio stations, as many as we can afford. We need to put ads in the papers. We need to put announcements about when and where will be the next entrance exam. We need to put up billboards. We have put up billboards in Turita and in Zaza, not Phoebe.
Hmm.
I don't understand why not Phoebe. Um, we need a public relations officer who can go on various radio stations and talk about LUL and attract students to LUL. I have gone on, let me see, three radio stations, Zozo, Kakata, and Turita, to talk about LUL and to attract students to LUL. But we need more than that. Radio Bongi, um, the radio stations in Ganta, radio stations in Grand Junction, Maryland, Bombing, wherever they are. We need somebody that can contact these places and put our ads on the radio stations. People, I'm sorry to say, are not, the reading public in Liberia is very small. So you put things in the newspaper, it reaches a minimum amount of readers. But if you put something on the radio, it may be in the various languages, um, you're publicizing the radio station, the university. But that costs money. Not a whole lot of money, but it still costs money.
Dr. Managba, just to add up to what you are saying, marketing is part of the branding, the brand your product and put it out there in the midst of a lot of competitors. And coming in as a new university, it's going to take you guys a lot of work to compete with the existing universities. And there should be something that you are doing differently that will attract students to your university. And one of the things that I think can be very helpful in marketing a new organization is an open house. And I think we are well situated to have an open house. Like you situated in Monrovia on 13th Street, you are situated in Banga, Phoebe, and you are situated in Zozo. You can organize an open house. And an open house, you know exactly what an open house is. Like you got your brochure printed out, you got auto marketing, you got pens, you got um different informational materials that you print them out and invite people to come to listen to what you got to say to them about this new university and what you're doing. So people come in person and listen to you. And I think if you put those announcements out there and make mention of some of the very good opportunities that are in your university, it will attract people, students to the university because people get attracted when they hear new things. But just putting an announcement on the radio and not following up and nobody there to say this event is happening here. Come. The things that we're talking on the radio, come and see it for yourself here. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this open house on the 30th Street compound. Everything about the Lutheran University gonna be there. We got this, we got that, we got that. And you just print out as much as many materials that you can give out. You give pens out to people, you give maybe batches out with the Lutheran University on. That's part of marketing. I think it's going to help a lot to attract people to the university to and to understand some of the programs that you have there that others are not offering in their universities.
You are absolutely right, Elijah. Open houses would be wonderful, but the way you say it, it looks like it's not much. It costs money to print brochures. It costs money to buy pens. Before I went to Liberia, and last year, I bought something like I think 100 pens, Luther University of Liberia written on it. Okay, I've given those pens out to various places at my own cost. I've given those pens out to different places and to individuals, um, as a way of marketing the university. If you're going to have an open house, you need money to print brochures. You need money to put an announcement on the radio that there will be an open house here. You need at least to provide the audience with water, if nothing else. You need to give
Yeah.
them, yes.
That man, but you gotta spend money to get money. So we got to invest into the university to get money because
You
we
are
will not
absolutely
continue
right.
to run the university on charity. So we have to invest money to get money.
You're right. You have to spend money to get money, but you can only spend money that you have.
I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, fair enough. I think
Yes.
the one that but
Yeah, we can have a conversation on that because I also had a contribution to
yeah,
that, but we can have a conversation on that another time.
yeah, we'll go to
Publicity
Anytime.
is very expensive. That I should
yeah,
tell you in Liberia,
yeah.
especially the style, the environment we find ourselves in
And
Liberia.
also,
Publicity is expensive as well.
and
Yeah,
that about just raise a group. I think some of our vacation Liberia. We know help in the marketing aspect, by printing some other pen with the Luther University and just donate to the university,
yeah.
to market it, especially when they go into high school to do some recruitment and all of things. But that's another conversation for another time.
For another day. Yeah.
But thank you. So, but Tadabagba, you want to give your closing statement or you want to
No,
wait for?
let go to Brother Tika. Brother Tika was in speech.
Okay, think your yeah, but think your emotion.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, General. I appreciate it.
We are
Thank you.
talking about the budget. The
Yeah. The,
budget, the convention was it was successful.
yes.
What else?
What attributed to our success when it comes to hosting the 2025 assembly? Um, First, I would say thanks to the entire committee, members of the entire committee. They say the fish can start to get rotting from the head. When the fish head start getting rotting, the tail is in trouble because it's going to uh, end up getting rotting also. So when the head is fresh, some of the fish will stay fresh. And so that being said, let me say thanks a million to the chair of our committee. Um, uh, uh, I see him like a rock of Gibraltar. I mean, we live fought from the I think the Minnesota, no, the Columbus Convention to ensure that Georgia hosts the next assembly. And even when he was appointed as, I mean, to serve as the chairperson of this committee, just because of how much he already had on his plate. When it comes to ALLIA, not even talking about his personal life, people thought, well, I mean, it wouldn't serve well for Willie to take on all of the responsibilities. Looking out for Willie, but Willie still insisted that he felt it was the right decision. And Willie led it, I mean, chaired the committee up to where we are today. We are not even done yet. Wait until we submit our final report, and then the committee be dissolved. And then we'll say, well, all have been said and done, but we are not done yet. But the magic was, I would say, for me, the magic was the strategy that we will put in place for the committee. God first. God was with us during through all of the ups and downs. Things did not fall apart until now. So yes, to me that's the magic. The magic was the strategy that the chairperson of the committee actually put together. And what did he put together? Um, if I'm not mistaken, this committee, this assembly committee, as it set the tone for future committees. Uh, Start early, make sure you commit to the plan, stick to the plan, and be consistent. So the commitment, the consistency, and the good strategy was actually magic. This convention, I won't say was 100% without errors or without fault. I mean, there are some things we did or that transpired during the convention that should be mistakes that we can learn from. And also, sometimes when things go bad, it's not always bad because when things go bad, people learn. And when people learn, it's a good thing. And so I think we learn some things that we can improve upon. And then there are some things that, I mean, just we introduce for the first time to conventions. And so if ALLIA take notes, keep records, and then learn from history will do well.
Take it. Talk about learning before I get to Elijah. Really quick on the 30 second because we had to wind
Uh,
down. Uh,
uh, Brother,
before
brother,
hold on a second. Yeah, hold on a
brother
second.
Toto,
I'll come to
Mr.
Elijah.
Tiki Harry there
Yeah, I will come
in
to
the
you.
house speak
Okay,
here.
after me, you come. Yeah, so be there. If I run to you for 30 seconds, if I wait for 30 seconds, Tika,
Yes.
moving forward, do you think we need to have some help, awareness help team to have a convention for emergency, just in case when we check pressure, sugar, just for fatigue, and all stuff to our convention? I think looking at the age of people that come to our convention, when somebody having lightheaded, I know we don't know what we call now one, but just for that first aid, that media care,
Yes.
you
Yes.
think that's why we have our convention going forward?
Okay. You are asking what my thought. What do I think? If
Yeah,
you
why
ask
you
me,
talk?
if you
How
ask me,
going
do if you
forward?
ask yes, if you
Because
ask me,
the reason I asked about the Georgia
mm,
convention, there was some of
mhm.
our experience or some like illness and
Okay.
pressure and stuff to there. And we came, we saw the feedback, we saw about the larger girl. He also to he touched me, he went to the hospital. So don't you think we have a mini health thing part of our convention to observe this type of thing to get like a immediate aid or help,
Yes.
try to
Yeah, no,
de-escalate.
I get it. Yeah, I understand. I understand. What you're trying to derive at. And again, I mean, I will try not to be personal when it comes to people personal illness, but in general, I would say um, safety first.
Yeah.
Just I mean, maybe just for the audience to know when it comes to safety. Um, that's my area. I'm a director of a security and safety for my organization. So safety is always first for me when it comes to anything. What I'm driving, what I'm eating, what I'm participating in sports, or what I'm doing anything, I make sure that safety is of high priority. So yes, if you ask me what do I think about first aid or first response or medical response unit or supplies at our conventions, I would say yes, we should prioritize that. And the cost of fresh aid, I don't think is expensive. But just like you put it, some of our members among us may have pre-existing health
Mhm.
issues, but yet will make sacrifices to come to assemblies. And it should be the assembly first priority to ensure that these members, if they risk their personal health to come to the assembly, that we got their back. But yes, it is a good point. If assembly, I mean, if ALLIA does not have that in the game plan, that's something we should always have in our game plan, especially when we are saying we are hosting an event. If we host an event, we are liable for what happened at that event.
Thank you so much for that. That's why I wanted to get a clarity in terms of liability or libel. But Woody is already part of your community. So I'll get Elijah, and Woody will take I will get Elijah to, if any comment he want to make, to you consider the source of your conversion. Or Elijah.
Oh yeah, thank you, Dr. Toto. First of all, I want to say that for Tiki Harris, one's is from St. Peter and one is from St. Matthew and from Bannersville. It gotta be good. And the organizers of the assembly, they're all young people from the NLYF, people who passed through the ring and fight of the NLYF. And when you go into NLYF convention, it's organized. We look at all of the details. So I was not really surprised of what I saw in Georgia, and especially with the leg up and Tiki Harry Woody and that assist did it. So I want to say the assembly was well structured, stay on schedule, speakers, performers, everybody with producing engaging content. at the assembly, the content was, and particularly our keynote speaker. That was a brilliant presentation by the keynote speaker. So it was engaging. So it was not like, oh yeah, the assembly was organized, but people that were selected to make presentation, it was engaging and it was meaningful. And people left from the assembly well informed, well energized, and looking forward to the next assembly. Like Brother Ticket acknowledged, there's no event that goes without problem. I know we have some technological problem. That Bishop wanted to present his report on the projector, but because we were relocated in the basement and the setting there could not accommodate the projector, so we went without that. But that's something we noted. That's something we know that we wanted to have, but at that time we could not afford it. But again, there was a platform. And Bishop gave a very beautiful presentation without a projection, and people asked questions and got the information. So I think this assembly it was good, and we are looking forward to the next assembly. Like we learned from them some of the challenges that they went through, especially when it comes to transportation. That was the biggest challenge that I saw for them. Like in Georgia, you don't have a short distance. One person living 45 minutes, another person living 1 hour away, 25 minutes away. And Brother TK, Brother Woody, and everybody else, they have to, juggle in between dropping and picking people up for different distances, especially going to the airport and picking people up. So that's one of the major challenges they had during this convention. But going to the next assembly, we can organize and think how best people can grab Uber. To not kind of burden the planning committee when they are thinking on logistical issue at the same time they're thinking about picking people up from the airport. We got car services. You get to the event center, you get to the city, all you need is the address. You grab an Uber, you get to the place. Instead of people looking for people to pick them up from the airport, we are all living in America. We know our way around in different cities. So we don't have to give the host committee extra problem of coming to pick you up from the airport. If a situation, extreme situation, like in the case of Dr. Manapa, that needs some extra care, we can you can supplement for those kind of situations. But other than that, let us allow other people who are able-bodied people when they get to the airport find your way to the convention site and find your lodging, and then make yourself available for the event. But I tell you, you guys did extremely well. The lady that's performed during the dinner, oh, that was top notch over there. She did great. And I don't know how to describe that, but hey, kudos to you guys, man. Nothing else I can say, but we're looking forward to the next
Thank
assembly.
you, Lawyer. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lawyer. And I
thank you.
hope
Yeah,
all is well at your end.
yeah,
Yeah,
all is well.
thank you so much with it. If I want to say our first one with it, that day I say, but why you put just give you too much food to eat?
I'm gonna mention that.
Yeah, I say, but why you give you too
Overfeeding
much?
us.
I give you overfeeding on. Then you say, but who feed you again? You say, okay, no food again. You give me a cheat that there. But with it, this is a team. You want to
Yeah,
add
no,
anything on there before we go to record as our guests, then we have a
yeah, I would take a minute or two, please. And I want to like Brother Tika. Brother Tika is the co-chairperson on our committee. I want to give it back to Brother Tika. Listen, Brother Tika already said it all. But from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of my committee members as well. Um, they all, I'm the youngest on the team. Brother Tika said our committee had not been dissolved yet, so I'm the youngest on the team. But all of them, I have respect from every committee member, Okay, and another appreciation. I know we've said this during the church convention assembly, but I want to thank our volunteers who came from afar. Our members who are in other states, you are very active in other organizations. If people who don't know about ALLIA, who are not associated with ALLIA, can drive from the state of Michigan to Georgia, can drive from the state of Iowa to Georgia, can fly in from Missouri to Georgia just to assist ALLIA. What more about us who are Lutherans, Liberian Lutherans who are here? Okay. I mean, we want to encourage you. The next assembly is going to be in Baltimore. I mean, all of the energy that we have, let us put our energy together and help our church. Like our bishop said, that I mean, we are representing the Lutheran Church in Liberia. We are not representing Bishop Victor Patmo. We are not representing him. We're representing the Lutheran Church in Liberia. And I want to say this clear. I know a lot of people know election has come and gone. I wasn't, a fan of during the election time. I wasn't, in quote unquote the camp of Bishop Patmo. But now he's our bishop. He's the head of our church. So we need to come together and rally around him and make sure that our church is successful. So I just want to send this out there. It's a plea to all of our members. I mean, you are very much active in the other organizations. Please come and join us in ALLIA. Come and join us in Baltimore. And we can give you this breaking news also here that for those of you who were not at the assembly, after Baltimore, we are crossing the border. We're going to Canada. Canada in 2026 is going to be another big event. So please come, bring all of your expertise. Let's make ALLIA a very successful organization. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to Uncle Sakwi. Thank you to just everyone who have helped us to make this assembly a success. And so that I told you when you go to Baltimore, if they didn't feel you much, don't call me. Oh, thank you. And one thing that I told you quick, let me say this, right? To the health issue you talk about, health team, all right? I would like to recommend to the board of ALLIA or the president that we have even an ad hoc committee, a health team, or a health committee, an ad hoc committee just for the assembly. Or even it could be, a committee just giving us some health tips.
Yeah.
We have a lot of health experts in this organization. Right. So they can they can share some tips. Just how some of us will share tips on technology in the group chats. They should come out and share some tips with us, in the group chat, and even at our assembly, they should be on a standby. If someone have a little headache or so, check their blood pressure and everything. That's a welcoming idea. I love that idea, and permit us to borrow that and include that in our report, our recommendation for future assembly. Please permit us to do that. Yeah, that's why I want to say thank you so much.
They recognize our guests.
Yeah, quickly. Since patient want to recognize you, want to recognize our own dear mother. This is the General Secretary of ALLIA, Marlon Molva. We'll kind of our father next. We all want to save him for next. Brother Cesar Goya, he was on the show. Our own Uncle Clarence Zoa. Want to welcome you so much. Sis Nipi Jawe, thank you. Our Reverend President Emeritus Moses Swad Dennis, and we also want to recognize Brother Judonu Colley. We want to recognize you. We also want to recognize we mentioned Brother Cesar Goya already, and he was also on the show. Last but not the least, we want to recognize our dear father. I was looking forward to seeing him in Georgia, but he could not be here with us in Georgia. So hopefully he can join us in Baltimore as our father, Melikbili K. Sumo. Elijah, listen. I'm a nephew to the Bonkande people, so I know how to speak Pele. Go ahead, Director.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for the recognition of our guests. Thank you. Account another important part of the platform. We want to say thank you for all those that tuned in to make it show to be a successful show today. They also to want to recognize our dear sister Couple City with our up today. Want to recognize her where she is today. And so we will come down to Dr. Barakba to give a closing statement. And then if Brother T.K. Harris will have T.K. Harris, then
TK drop off.
Then the panelists, then we'll come to give our closing statement to call your day. Dr. Barakba, you have it.
Thank you again, Dr. Toto. Once more, I thank ALLIA for its commitment, its enthusiasm, its concerns, and all this is doing for LUL. Believe me, we are very grateful. But as we say in Loma, Ila Matale Eso, which means Put up your hand higher and grab it.
Right.
Do a little bit more. And don't be limited to just your quota of the tripartite arrangement. You are in positions to seek funding sources as opposed to me in Toyota. So, like I said earlier, if you can find funding sources, I will work with Dr. Toto so we can send proposals out. This is the way we're going to get money. We don't want to limit our income only to student tuition and fees. I'm beating the bushes to see if we could get on government stipend every year. When I go back, that's one of the things I'm going to be running after because this is about the time they're working on the budget for next year. So what we need to do is diversify our sources of income and not just depend on student tuition and fees. We thank you, ALLIA. We thank you, LCL. We thank you, LUL, for what we are all doing as a team to make sure that the university survives, thrives, and not only hang in there, but become a world-class university. We can do it if we put our hands together. We can do it if we are determined to do so. We can do it if we're not discouraged by setbacks and criticisms. We can do it if we put our hands not only out to one another, but to other sources of income. We can do it with determination, with devotion, with tenacity, and perspicacity. Thank you very much for the invitation, and I look forward to continued contact with ALLIA and its members, either as a group or as individuals. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Baraba. Again, on behalf of the network, want to extend our thanks to you for honoring our invitation to come on the show. We will still need you for more information for the discuss. We'll have one-on-one with the president of the university to discuss some of the same issue that we discussed in the series of progress report on some of the challenges again to see where OCA may help, to make the university, as you said, like a world-class university. For some of us, we have already gave our services to be volunteer to help in the grant and proposal writing aspect while you be in Liberia. But I will call you and I will have a personal conversation you have for us to move forward. But thank you for being on the show. And this is your network. Any information you need in terms of publicity, like you're talking about publicity, to disseminate the information, the network is available. There's a Lutheran own network. And the good thing about your nephew with it is one of those that are very good in disseminating information when it comes to networking. So you have it in your corner. So our heart go on to you for the good work and for the sacrifice that you are making. I know the challenges you face in Liberia, and we just want to give it up to you to continue the good work to make the university be a world-class university. So thank you for honoring our invitation to come on the show tonight.
Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you. Mr. Harris.
Yeah.
According to Mr. Harris, we got a daughter there from way down the line.
We are brothers, we are brothers, George.
I think people are larger, probably wearing short trousers. Larger.
Well, I was still wearing short trousers in St. Peter with Brother Ticket Harris there with that. I didn't really you.
Way down the line. But thank you for our invitation again for the good work that you put in. And then also for the discount for that hotel, it's something that was very helpful for us, for some of the
assembly over no more discount.
Like I said, anytime, brother. I mean, anytime.
But give me your closest statement,
Again, let me say thanks to Wole and you all for the sacrifices we all make. You look at the time that you all put into things like these. I mean, if you are being paid, I mean, there are people who do these things as for living. You do it for nothing. I mean, I would say, let not say for nothing. You do. I mean, you voluntarily do this. You do as volunteers, and so um, I mean, I say thanks to you all, and I appreciate you all. I encourage you all. I mean, us all, to continue doing it. Like what our director, Dr. Magua, is doing, who leaves his United States job and goes back home to Liberia to undertake uh, attacks for no pay. I mean, only someone like Dr. Magua can do stuff like that. So um, I appreciate every one of us who have not given up, are still there to support our Lutheran Church in Liberia. I'll tell you that the Malakba, I'm hoping to go back in the future to go and support the I mean the Lutheran Church in Liberia, especially something like the LUL that we all have long worked hard to ensure that it happened in Liberia. That I mean, other churches have universities and other institutions, and that the Lutheran Church, being one of the oldest churches in Liberia, I mean, should have one. And here we are today. We're talking about LUL. So, to close, I just want to be thankful to everyone who makes sacrifices for this cause. I appreciate everyone, and let be well. God bless.
Thank you, Tigger.
Thank you, Brother TK.
On behalf of the network, I want to say thank you again for all our invitation. And our greeting go out to your dear wife, Mieta.
Thank you.
I asked for her. I didn't see one of the convention. You gave me some reason, but that's
Yeah,
good.
and she regretted not being there. She
Yeah,
regretted not being there. But yes,
I'll see her for long. I'll see her for long time. I will regard to her and she and the children. But
sure.
this is your network. You're welcome anytime to participate. You call, we'll be able to be on the bring on the show. So we say
Thank you. I appreciate the invite.
thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So Elijah, we'll come back to you now. So the way we take her home, we have an incredible show. We listen to the bishop, Dr. Balagba and Tika, So what is the takeaway for the show today? What are you taking home?
Well, it's not about what I'm taking home. It's about the information that we share and the education that we gain every day when we sit on the show to talk about the LCL. Sometimes there are a lot of platforms that are out there. The politics is heated, and for what we do here is for information purposes and it's also for educational purposes. It's not about degrading somebody or undermining somebody. Our intention here is to ensure that we provide the information that can help improve our institution, that is the Lutheran Church in Liberia at large and that of ALLIA. So I really enjoyed the show today. I appreciate the presence of the bishop and that of Dr. Managua. And one of the things I want to say is that I think the way we usually have bishop hour, we should have a LUL president hour where we will have Dr. Managua maybe once a month to just talk about the LUL. And I think that would be another way that this platform can help support the publicity about the Lutheran University. So it's not only calling him here all the time to ask him the technical questions, but just have the Lutheran University President Hour, where he would just speak towards different issues, things happening within the Lutheran University. I think that way we are contributing as well to help uh, publicize the Lutheran University. So I think to just conclude with the assembly, the assembly on the overall was well structured, well executed, very inspiring for everyone who went there, and that we can overemphasize the thank you to the host committee and that of the host church, Trinity Lutheran Church. They did really great. A lot of friendly people, very accommodating and welcoming. It takes few people to do what Trinity did, welcoming us as strangers that they don't know into their space. or linked towards the good work of the host committee and the relationship established in that community. And now Aliyah has a base in Georgia. That when you go to Georgia, you can say I'm going to Trinity Lutheran Church, and you say, "Oh, I'm from Aliyah." Somebody say, "Oh, yeah, we know this group, and you're welcome here." So I think on the overall, the show was good, and thank you.
Thank you, Elijah. You raised a very good point. The president hour of the Lutheran University, so that the network, you know, take that into consideration, and we can work towards it. But that's a very good suggestion because we all have to show our honest way of giving back to the in terms of publicity. So that's a good recommendation. I hope the management and network will look to take that into consideration to give more publicity to uh, the university. So when they will take on home on this, but let me get Kabi, there's a very good, we have a very good discussion today in terms of the people that have on the show always, the bishop, with Dr. Balakba. Like I said, personally, I'll be volunteering my time to help the university in terms of to be like a liaison officer, where I will get the support of the university through a written document that when I go to some of the university, the lobby on behalf of the university has something to show. That this is for the president of the university, that these are some of the the art that we need in terms of support, like some of the big universities, like University of Pittsburgh, in my area, Connecticut Better University, or any part of in Pennsylvania that I can be able to reach out to see how best to my own community college, to see how best we get support to the university. So that's what I will work into. I will talk to the president of LAM and then we'll put the mechanism in place. But this is a very good show today. With it,
Yeah.
we'll come back to you. With it, one thing I forget to say, or I forget to talk to TKR about this, maybe you can put your closest email and take a call. The the member of Trinity Lutheran Church, when we're having the launch, I saw someone the white boy eating toboggi.
I saw that
I didn't,
too. That
I didn't eat,
I saw that. Yeah.
I didn't eat somebody toboggi because I was traveling. I didn't want to be bad or I know, but when I look, I got tempted. I said, if the white boy sitting eating the thing so comfortable, now they have to be,
Yeah.
I
So
saw, yeah.
it just
we
it just it just showed that the all good work that you guys did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a very good community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a compare you got, man. You got did extremely well, especially the financial little data. You saw data myself with force and all the other side. She want to talk to me, all the what kind of the body aspect. I say, okay, you got to feel me like a busy, you know. Well, you guys did extremely well. We hope that the recommendation will be given up to the leadership, some of the good recommendation to improve us better when we meet next year convention, that we can learn from it. But overall, I give you guys A.
thank you so much, Dr. Toto, and my dear brother Elijah Zina. We miss our sister couple. So I'll also close on the note of this assembly. The report is still pending, so we'll not go too much into that. But we can tell you that Trinity Lutheran Church, the very first time, from the very first day we visited Trinity Lutheran Church, they welcome us with open arms until today. Okay, and I will tell you that Trinity Lutheran Church also contributed financially without opening their premises to all, using their lights, their water, and everything. They also contributed in kind. And towards that, this aspect of the assembly, we will buy it for you people. So all of the utensils you use during the assembly, at Trinity Lutheran Church bought it. They bought them. Trinity Lutheran Church bought them all of the utensils. So they told us, they said, okay, you know what? All this one, we will buy it. Don't worry about it. So they took care of everything. And Pastor Katie, Pastor Scott, and we just let it out. Today, since Derek and myself were talking, we're gonna make it our duty. We know that it is an hour away from us. We're gonna make it our duty at least once a month. We will visit Trinity. And beginning this Sunday, we're going back to Trinity. We're not going to turn our backs on Trinity. Good Shepherd is about like 15 minutes away from me, and it's about 5-7 minutes away from Sis Dede. But we're going to make it our duty every month, at least one Sunday. We're going to visit Trinity and we'll be involved with the activities of Trinity Lutheran Church as well. So that was our plan that we had today. So as ambassadors of LCR and ALLIA here in Georgia, we will, make our presence felt at Trinity. Again, today was a wonderful show. It was a great show. Having three into one, it's like going to a McDonald's and put all of the everything together, all of the ingredients, and the was McDouble, Big Mac, and I think there was a Big Mac today. So having Bishop,
Yeah, that was a really big man.
it's a Big Mac. Having Bishop Patmo, having Dr. Malachi, having Brother TK Harris, it was a wonderful show today. And to our viewers, again, we are back. We want to tell you that we are back. The document that you heard our brother introduced during the show, it is a big show that we're gonna have, and we're gonna review and study the surrounding on how we're gonna bring that show so that we can bring balance to the show, as it is our responsibility as media practitioners. We want to bring a balance coverage of that of that entire document. So we are not just going to come here and talk about it, but we will try to get few people involved to come and give their side of the story, so we all can listen to it. This side, that side, and the viewer side, so we all can listen to it. With that being said, I want to wish everyone a blessed weekend, but we can't go without this.
Hey, yo, this is your good friend.
Oh, yo.
Hey, yo. Yeah, everyone have a blessed weekend.